Hi, if you're watching this video, it means you're most likely a student taking my course, Motor Control and Learning. So this is a unit that's part of the Exercise and Sports Science degree at Swinburne University of Technology. And the video is about how to use a software video editing tool called Adobe Premiere Rush. And it's really hooked into using that tool for the purpose of making your first vlog, which is a video-based blog about for the week one task. It's about introducing yourself, the skill you're going to practice over the first 6 weeks of the course, and why you've chosen that skill, how you're going to measure your performance, and why. So I'm going to assume that students, that if you've watched this, ideally you've gone through the following steps. Ideally you've read the Assignment 1 Part A overview that's available on Canvas. You should have watched the first lecture and made up your mind about which motor skill you'd like to practice and learn. There's a instructional video also available on Canvas and on the Craft Lab website that's made by Eloise Gardner on how to plan a vlog. So she's a past student of the course and provides a sort of a guide on how to go about organizing material before making vlogs. So in this instance, in this particular case, making a storyboard which might contain an introduction, a section about showing you practicing the skill, and finally a reflection where you might talk about how you're going to measure your performance and why. There's also a tutorial on how to shoot a video and some different technology that's available. Eloise also making that video, and then you would have shot your video and you've come to here to this point, taking a video tutorial on how to edit video. There's other videos, tutorials available, one by Eloise using iMovie, one also by a series by Alan Tai, also a past student of the course, on how to edit using Adobe Premiere Pro, and this one's about Adobe Premiere Rush. And I'm doing Adobe Premiere Rush. This is because it's really the most basic and entry level software for editing video, and it contains all of the basics that you're going to need for making video. And the reason I'm using Adobe products in this course is because Swinburne University students, you've got access to these software via the Creative Cloud, and there's also support services available for helping you troubleshoot either installing the software, getting it up and running, or tips and tricks on how to use them as well. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, the Adobe Creative Cloud, you should be able to access it through your machine using your Swinburne student ID. To know more about this or to learn more about this, go to the Adobe Digital Coaches or page on Swinburne and organize a session with one of their mentors. They have a drop-in hub at the library. You can send them an email if you want to organize that meeting, or you can just drop in. Okay, so let's get started with opening up Adobe Rush and putting together a video made up of a series of shots that I've made and pre-prepared for this. So what you'll do is you'll go to your Creative Cloud and locate the Adobe Rush program. So here it's got this icon called Premiere Rush, and you'll click on it, or perhaps you'll need to install it on your machine, get it up and running, and once you have it, its opening is going to look something like this. And this will also take you through a tutorial on the different options that are available, and I highly recommend going through it. In fact, there's other tutorials made by Adobe on generic, all of the generic aspects of this program with examples, and it might be that they're much better for you to learn how to use Adobe Rush. The main advantage of watching this video is it's geared around the vlog assessment for the course. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new project here, and Adobe will ask me to title the project down the bottom left hand corner. I'm just going to call this the week 1 vlog, and typically it opens up with some sample media. But what you should have done, ideally, if you should have some video footage of your own that you want to edit, and you've saved it on your machine somewhere. So I've got a folder that I've saved my vlog material to on the desktop. It might take a little bit of time to load, but once it has, my folder is, it should show all the folders or selectables on your desktop, and the one I'm after is a folder I've called Demo Rush. And so I've got a series of media files, MP4 files here, and I've already labeled the ones that I want to deal with, I want to work with, and I've labeled them in the order that I want to organize them as well. So one's called intro scene, scene 1 intro, scene 2 practice, scene 3 reflections, and the order that I click on these is important because these are the order they'll be brought into Adobe Rush. So once I've got those 3 selected that I want, I'm just going to hit create. Okay, so once it's loaded, you should have a scene that looks something like this. You've got, I guess, the view of the clip as it plays, as it would play, and a series of bits down here, each one being the contents of the media files that you imported. So there are 3 snippets, I guess you might call them, and one for each of the video files that I've imported. And they're in the right order, but perhaps one of the first things I can show you is that if you imported it in the wrong order, you can just easily move these bits back and forward, and it's as easy as that. So this, I guess, timeline down the bottom here is the way in which you can sort of scrub from one part of the video to the other. Now, probably other than ordering things around here, the most common thing to do might be to chop up bits of the video that you don't want and get rid of them. So when this scene begins, well, let's play it. You can see there's sort of some dead time there before I start talking. And I apologize if it plays back a bit jumpily. It's just because I've got one program recording the video and another program, Adobe Rush, running as well. So it's all taking a toll on this machine. Anyway, so let's say I want to get rid of the start of this video where nothing's happening. I can just hit the scissors here, and that point where the my time marker is sitting at is going to be split in 2. So now I've actually got 4 media bits, and I can just, of course, select that and delete it. And Rush will just immediately snap everything to so that the very starting point is now the point where after which I cut. Okay, so that's relatively straightforward, and look, you might want to do that for each of the different transitions. Would be a common sort of thing to do. You know, it might also be you find these little transitions helpful for breaking up the video, which might be a reason to leave them in. It's up to you, as long as you get across what you need to get across. I'm going to chop this bit up here. You've got me walking up to the point where I'm going to start recording. And look, I recorded this in the biomechanics lab, and the skill is me bouncing a footy with my non-dominant hand and running along and doing that. And I'm counting the number of times that I fumble it. I actually don't fumble it any times. I mean, drop it on the floor any times. It's not exactly the most quality piece of running and dribbling that you're going to see, but there you go. And so I've chopped things up. The next thing I'll do is I'm going to reflect on what I experienced and what stage of skill learning that I think I am in, and that's a wrap. That's the video. So I'm going to leave that endpoint there as my fade out, and that's what I want to more or less save and upload as my vlog. And with Adobe Rush, it's a very straightforward process. All I have to do now, once I've got my media organized and the way I want to do it, obviously I'd also listen to it to see what it sounds like. But let's say I'm happy with it. The next thing to do would be to come up the top left here and share it. And I can save this to a designated folder with a designated name and with different levels of quality. Maybe low quality is good for me, so I just reduces the stress on my machine or whatever, and then I would export once I'm happy with the settings. So you now know everything you need to know in order to produce a file that you can share with just some basic editing. I'm now going to cover a little bit more in terms of different editing options that are available to Adobe Rush. To know all of them, I just recommend going through the various generic tutorials that are available related to Rush if you're happy with this software. Okay, so perhaps the first good place to start would be to show you how to clean up some audio. Sometimes you've got some background noise and it's interfering with the ability to hear what you're saying. And this is a pretty simple thing to deal with. In Rush, let's say let's play for a bit and hopefully it gets across the issue that I want to deal with here. So let's have a listen to me talk.
Jogging at a constant speed, trying to bounce the footy as I go.
So there's a little bit of sort of a background sort of shh that you can hear, and that's the air conditioning unit in the biomech lab. It's probably present in this one as well. Let's have a listen. Yeah. So let's try to deal with that. I'm going to deal with it all videos at once, and the way I can do that is if I hold down Control on my keyboard, I can select all of these media files, all of these media blocks, video blocks. There's probably a technical name, I don't know what it is. And on the right here, I've got a sort of audio thing I can mess with. And I can do different things. I can change the volume of the clip. I'm going to leave that. I can mute things if I want. Maybe I just want to get rid of something. Maybe there's a montage of someone practicing and you just want to have some music in the background and mute everything else. That's totally fine. But I'm going to apply it to all of this content. I'm going to try to deal with the background with this noise, and I'm gonna select the type voice, and I'm gonna select this option, reduce background noise, and it should help a little bit with getting rid of that shushing noise in the background. Let's have a listen to see what the impact is.
Looking at my performance in the task, I wouldn't actually.
Yeah, it's way clearer now. let's have a listen to it on while I'm bouncing the ball. Let's have a go. You still hear a shush, and the reason for that is because I'm not talking in this clip, so I'm presuming that the software doesn't know how to what's interesting and what's noise, because they don't have the voice going on there. So which is fine. Who cares? So let's leave it at that. And the next thing I'm going to show you is going to be how to play with the speed of the clip. So this icon here allows you to mess with the speed, and I just want to apply a change of speed to just one of the media files. So I just want to make sure I've only got one of these blocks selected, and I'm going to do it to the practice. So let's see what this looks like. I'm jogging along. So, and I'm going to make it speedier for the last portion of the clip. So I don't know how many, I think I bounced it 4 times or 5 times on the way, and then I'm going to go on the way back. And I'm just going to speed it up for the sake of it. So I can apply a change of speed to just a portion of the clip. I can do it to the whole clip, and if I do, for example, change the speed, I can toggle this back and forth, and the whole clip, that whole media chunk changes. But I just want it applied to the back end of that footage, and the way I can do that, I can play with this widget here, or I can drag this across to the point where I've tagged it in the video, and then I can increase the speed as, let's make it, I don't know, 200%, thereabouts. Okay, so come back just to, and see what that looks like. Now, I don't necessarily recommend speeding up you practicing, because it's actually interesting for us to watch the person's movements while they're doing the skill, because it reveals something about the nature of their skill. But this is just an example of how this works, and it might be something that you want to play with at some point. Anyway, so that's that. The next thing I'm going to show you is going to be how to do some text overlay. So I find this a little bit clunky, and it's probably because I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know. But let's say I want to have some titles, or I want to bring some text overlay in, and there are different reasons to do this. One way is to just for aesthetics' sake. Maybe you want to reveal some additional information. I don't know, whatever it is. Commonly, a common thing to do might be to keep a running score. For example, in this task, I might keep a running tally of the number of errors that I make and just tally that all the way up. Or maybe just have a summary of the number of errors that I make at the end of the clip while I'm doing my reflection, so that information is available for the viewer. So these different templates on the left that have come up is one way to bring text overlay into your scene, and perhaps the only way. So I'm going to use this one here, this titles, and I'm going to select it and add it to the clip. Okay, once it's loaded, I should be able to, you see as I toggle into the place where where it is on the timeline, it's going to appear. It's also got some sort of funny dynamics at the beginning, which is a little bit annoying to be honest, but whatever. And you know what, bugs me actually, so let's get rid of that. I've just selected and deleted it. Maybe this is maybe this one's better. All right, so here it is. It's totally covered up my whole video. I like that there's a lot of room for me to make some text, but I don't like that. So I'm just going to resize it and bring it over to the left here. Okay, and then looks like I don't know. It looks like it's been separated into different sort of lines or whatever. Each line has its own thing going on here. Again, a little bit clunky for my purposes. It would be nice to just have a standard text box, but whatever. All right, so looks like I can change the color. Maybe orange is a bit painful, and I just want to go with standard black. So the next thing to do is whoa, going backwards. So the next thing to do is to type something in here. The week, I'm going to call it the week 1 vlog. My skill. Okay, so I'm going to introduce this in at the very beginning. My skill, and I'm going to by Dominic Orth. Okay, so there you go. And you can hopefully you can imagine how this tool here might be used as a running total. And I'm just going to show what I'm thinking there is, so for keeping a scoreboard, it might be that I want to keep a running total on the while I'm bouncing the ball. So let's go to my very first bounce, and its very first bounce as I'm scrubbing is right here. Okay, cool. So, and there was no error. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold down Alt and I'm going to zoom in on this timeline just because I know I need to see a lot of this for what I'm about to do. So I'm going to get to this text and bounce error, or I don't know, maybe errors equal, I've got 0 so far, bounces equal 1, right? And so we've already got an issue here, which is nice. I can show you what I want to do. So this is extending over the entire sequence of the practice shot, but by this point here, this is where I make the bounce, and I want to have this running total of bounces go from 0 to 1 when I make the bounce, and then keep doing that as I make more bounces, and I should end up with in this particular video 10 bounces in total. So that's a bit silly. So what I'll do is I'm going to split this here, which I can do using the snipping tool, and it's just going to snip the text overlay. And this first text overlay, I want to have number of bounces to sit at. So if you can't access the text, just click on this part over here, and it should let you do that. Okay, so now I've got a running total that goes from 0 to 1. So let's just play that quickly. There we go, beautiful. And obviously I'm going to have to do that for every single bounce if this is something that I want to incorporate into my video. Okay, so well, yeah, that's done. You know, I'm just going to chop them all up every time I see a bounce, and then I'll come back and deal with it. So another bounce. Ooh. Beautiful. So it's my second bounce. Let's deal with that. Okay, just 9 bounces. Okay, so I'm happy with that. It does what I want it to do, and you know, it does this running total. Looks good, plays pretty well, and I know it's shouldn't be any errors there. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to stop there with the text overlay example, and let's now wrap everything up and export the project. There's some other options as well you can play with and check out. You can play with transitions, all those sorts of things, but I'll let you explore those in your own time. So let's now share the project, and at this point it's worthwhile, you know, just checking out, doing a preview, and what this will do is it's going to give you, like, it should, as you play it, it should tell you how the sound has been edited to sound like. This is what it should sound like when and look like when it's exported. So it's a good idea to just do a double check here before you export, because it takes time to export. So I'll just quickly do that now. Okay, after reviewing the video, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm just going to leave these presets. I'm pretty happy to keep it at high quality and upload it in that way. I'm going to designate a name to it though. So done. All right, let's designate a file. I've already done an example one here. Let's just call it this. Oh, you know what? Stick it in here. Sorry. All right, I'm going to hit export, and it's going to take a bit of time for this to be done. So while I'm waiting, I'm going to have a coffee. Okay, once you've rendered the video, once Adobe's rendered the video, we can go find it in that location and check it out. Let's do that quickly. See if I can find my Demo Rush shortcut here. Okay, so I have my vlog all done here. I can check it out, I can play it. Let's quickly do that.
Everybody, welcome to this demo video for getting started.
Okay, beautiful. I can see it's all done the way I wanted it, and I'm happy. So the next task as part of your week 1 vlog and the remaining vlogs is to work out how you can upload it onto Canvas. I ask everybody to upload it onto discussion boards to share your material with other students. This isn't mandatory, but you will need to be able to upload a shareable file as part of your assessment. So let's go through how to do that quickly. There are 2 ways that I recommend you doing it. The first way is, I think the best and the fastest way, is to simply create a YouTube channel and upload your videos to YouTube. So it takes a little bit of time to set up, I think about 24 hours to set up a YouTube channel. Yeah, it's very easy to set up initially, but then it takes 24 hours to get access, if I remember the process correctly. It's been a while. But once you do, you should be able to upload videos just by toggling one of the widgets. And essentially the process involves dragging and dropping your video file once YouTube's ready to go. And so we can do that here. And it'll just immediately get the file uploaded in the background, or at least the ball rolling for that to happen. So first thing to do would be to just give it a title, informative title. You can give a description to the video if you like as well. And you've also got access immediately to a shareable link that you can copy, and they'll now be copied and pasted somewhere, or maybe in an email, or you can paste it to a discussion board, however it is you want to share that. There are other options like adding thumbnails to the video, etc. You want to do videos that aren't made for kids. I think there's some more hurdles to jump over if it's made for kids. And then once you're happy and ready to go, you've got the option of what level of access you want to share it as. Typically I share my videos unlisted, so anybody with the link can watch it. But that's something to be aware of. If anybody has a link, they can also share that link with other people to watch. You can also make it public or private, which means that person needs to have I think something on an email list or something like that. So I don't usually use private. So anyway, that's all there is to it. And then so that's how you make a shareable video on YouTube. Once it's ready to go, it doesn't take long. It'll let you know in the background. All right, so the next way I'm going to show you is going to be how to upload your video and share it using Echo 360. Okay, so the second way that you can create a shareable file is upload it into Echo 360. So you would select this tab on the left in Canvas, and here you can upload video content. And what you would do is select upload media. Up here you should have a create option. Select upload media and drag and drop your media file to Canvas. If I can access to it, there we go. And it will upload into Canvas for you, and that's going to take a bit of time. And when it's done, when this is done, you'll get an email from into your Canvas telling you that it's done. So I would press upload. I'm not going to do that now because I don't want to slow my computer down. And once it's ready, you can then, let's say you want to go to a discussion board and you want to upload it, make it available on the discussion board. You'll go to the relevant location. I'm just going to go, for the sake of a demonstration here, I'm going to go to general questions. I won't upload this, but if I was to write a reply and I wanted to post it that other people can see, I would say, hi everyone, check out my this is my week one skill. Any feedback would be great. Any feedback would be great. Okay, so there's this little icon here with an arrow, and I would select this, and you should have your media files, a list of media files that either this is the first time you've ever uploaded something, or you've got your week vlog here. This is one that I previously uploaded, and you can select on that, and it's going to be made available as a link to other students. So you can just insert that sucker like so. And once it's ready to go, it's ready to go. So and other students can then access it once you've posted it. I'm not going to post it because I don't want this in the general questions section. So I'm just going to hit cancel, but that's how it's done. Okay, so now that's everything I want to cover today. I thank everyone for watching, and hopefully you found this useful. Good luck to everybody with preparing your vlog and getting it all up and running for the first time. Looking forward to seeing everybody's skills during the skill showcase as well, of course. So good luck, and I'll see you when I see you.